The following is a presentation of RJL 518 Sports Network. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here at South Florida. And this is Robert from RJL 518 welcoming you to Crosley Field. This is Inside Pitch. The 1964 One and Gone tournament continues. And this is Game 5, the number 12 Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the number 5 Cincinnati Reds here at Crosley Field. I think we got a good matchup tonight as we now begin the second round of this One and Gone tour. And you can take a look at the first round. You can see that Cleveland, Minnesota, the Chicago Cubs have already advanced. The Houston Colt 45s pretty much upset the Boston Red Sox in their game. They advanced as well. For those of you who want to check out games 1 through 4, they are on my channel. Please do. They were very exciting, as a matter of fact. At least I thought so. As a Steeler fan joins me here until the Steeler game, good luck to your Steelers. I might be catching that game as well a little bit down here in South Florida, though I'm going to get the Bears and the Panthers, which is actually not a bad game. We got a good matchup. We got a how about your Colt 45s beating the Red Sox? They're the first. They of course get an upset. So there you go, Steeler fan. It's not always the Dice's fault. Finally, the game shined. One of the games at least shined upon your Houston team for once. I think I got a very good matchup here. We got Sandy Koufax versus Jim O'Toole in this matchup between the Dodgers and the Reds. And this is going to be a great Game 5, I think. We are at Crosley Field, and I think this should be a lot of fun for this game. This will be the first of 2. I'm probably going to do Game 6 later, and that would be the Milwaukee Braves against the Baltimore Orioles. So we get to see Hank Aaron, and, we get to see Brooks Robinson. The one thing about doing this 1964, I still hate the Astros, though. Yeah. One thing about doing the starting with 1964 here, it's one of the seasons that didn't make it in Payoff Pitch. So as I said, I'm doing this kind of like a consolation prize for the people that didn't get 64, 77, or 2015 in Payoff Pitch. So we're ready to play a little baseball. Let's play some ball here. Dodgers and the Reds. Starting pitcher for the 1964 Cincinnati Reds is Jim O'Toole. He was their ace, 17-7, a 2.66 ERA. And I will introduce the players as they come to the plate. Leading off for the 1964 Los Angeles Dodgers will be shortstop Maury Wills. Game is underway. Let's play some ball. Game number 5 of this tournament. 1-3, that is a possible strikeout. Maury Wills is strikeout. Oh, I took that off. Maury Wills is against the lefty is a 10. I'll re-roll that. It's a 10. It's an 11. A +4 Crosley Field makes that a 15, and Wills goes down on strikes. Took that actually too quickly. 1 out, and that will bring up the third baseman, Dick Tracewski. He gets the call at third base in this game. Toole's pitch. That is a 2-5. That is a possible strikeout. An 8 +4 is 12. A 19, no strikeout this time. And a 6-2 on Tracewski's card. That is a single past second base for a base hit. Trace will go to first, and that will bring up center fielder Willie Davis. And let's see here. Anything on the strat? A 14. Nothing going on. The strat rolls I use as a suggestion. I'm not going to use them hard. The strat roll tells me if I want to make it, I'm using the strat right dice like a bench coach. He says, "Oh, you can do a bun here. You can do a steal here." It's still my call to do that. Let's see here. Willie Davis. Let's see, 2-2 on O'Toole's card, and that is a possible home run. Check against the lefty though. That's a 0, and there's no chance here. So Davis will swing. And that is a 4-4 on his card. That's a fly out to center. 2 men down. Infield will be normal, and the batter will be left fielder Tommy Davis. Dodgers in 1964, they were 80-82. The Reds, they were 92-70. Reds were pretty good that year. 6-4 on O'Toole's card. Question mark. And against the right-hander, that's a star line. If it's a 1 to 18, it is an 18. So that is a star line. We just re-roll. It's a fly ball to right. And that ends the inning. So nothing for the Dodgers. They do get a hit. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Starting pitcher for the 1964 Los Angeles Dodgers. That would be the best left-hander in baseball history. The left arm of God, Hall of Famer Sandy Koufax. In 1964, he was 19-5 with a 1.74 ERA, which is just absolutely disgusting. But the Reds have some Hall of Famers on their side. Leading off for the 1964 Cincinnati Reds will be second baseman Pete Rose. Koufax, a 4.5 as a strikeout plus 10 against the lefty of 5 becomes a 15, plus 4 is a 19, and he strikes out Rose. And the next batter will be left fielder Tommy Harper. Koufax, 4.6 strikeout possibility against the lefty of 9, plus 4 is 13. 15, Harper does not strike out. 2-3 on his card. That's a single past shortstop for a base hit. Man on first. And that will bring up center fielder Veda Pinzone. Anything from Strat? A 9. 5. His attempt is a 5. And it'll be a 7 for that. And nothing from, nope, so nothing going on. Infield halfway. Koufax, 4.4. Possible error on a grounder. 4-3, and that is going to be a double to left field. No error on the play, since on grounder errors there are no hit. There are no errors on grounders, so that is a double. So Pinzone gets the second. Harper, his base running rating is a 4. A D7 to get from first to home becomes a -1, so that would be a 3. The ball was at the left. Davis is a 0, so a 1-3. Harper scores. It is a 6. It is a 6. He does score, but Harper does score, but Veda Pinzone is in a rundown. And his base running rating is greater, and is a 4. His base running rating is a 4. If it's less than or equal to, and the base runner is out. Veda Pinzone is out at third, trying to move up. But the Reds do get that first run. It's 1-0. On an RBI double, which scores Harper, but Pinzone is out of there. And that will bring up right fielder Frank Robinson. 6-3. That is a strikeout possibility against the lefty of 6, plus 4 is 10, 7, and Koufax strikes Robinson out. And that ends the inning. The Reds get on board first with a run and 2 hits. At the end of 1, the Reds lead the Dodgers 1-0. Top of the second coming up. Time out for a moment. I'm checking something. Okay. Leading off for the Los Angeles Dodgers will be right fielder Frank Howard. We have a 6-1 strikeout possibility against a lefty of 9, plus 4 is 13, a 20, no strikeout. Howard gets the swing, 2-5, fly ball to right. And that will bring up first baseman Ron Fairley. I wonder if he thinks he's being treated fairly. 6-4 on O'Toole's card. That is a question mark. And he is a lefty, so 1 to 11. It's a single past the pitcher, 17 too high. Fairly 2-5, and that is a star line one. He grounds that one to third for the second out. And that will bring up the catcher, John Roseborough. O'Toole, 2-5, blank against the left. Roseborough, 6-2, and that's a fly ball to right, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for O'Toole. Nothing doing for the Dodgers. Here comes the left arm of God. Leading off for the Reds, first baseman Deron Johnson. 2-2 on Koufax. That is a blank against the right. 1-6, star line 4. That's a ground out to third. One man out. Tough loss for your Astros last night, by the way, there, Matt. That was a hell of a game. That could have went either way, really. There's the catcher, Johnny Edwards. 2-4 on Koufax's card. Strikeout plus 10. That would make it a 19. That is an automatic strikeout. I don't have to roll the die for that. That's a K. Puts it over 20. That's an automatic K. 2 outs, and now the batter, shortstop Leo Cardenas. 5-1, possible home run check against a right-hander. It's a right-hander, better be a 1-18. That is a 12, so he does have a check. Against the lefty, though, Cardenas has to roll a 2 or lower. And he does not, and that's a blank. So then Cardenas will swing. That is a 4-3, and that is a ground ball to third on a star line 4. And a 1-2-3 inning for Koufax. Still 1-0 at the end of 2. Top of the third coming up. Leading off for the Dodgers is second baseman Nate Oliver. 1-2, that is a blank. 5-2, star line 5, ground out to short. Last 3 games are all playoff games. 2 are no big deal. I really expect the Astros lose the series. I'll give the Astros some credit. They made it a series and got it to a 7th game. If you're the Rays, you're lucky. If you're the Tampa Bay Rays, you're absolutely very lucky to win that series. But I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I really I would love to have seen an Astros-Dodgers World Series because that's what Major League Baseball, I think, wanted. Here's the pitcher, Sandy Koufax. He will hit. And a 2-5 on O'Toole's card. That is a strikeout against a righty. 26 automatically gets Koufax. 2 down. And now Maury Wills. O'Toole 1-4. Wild pitch is a fouled away. Strike 1. 2-5. O'Toole's card. Another strikeout possibility. A switch hitter, though. So that makes him a. So Maury Wills will be batting from the right side. So that is a strikeout possibility. So against the lefty, that is a 10. Becomes a 14. And a 15. Maury Wills barely avoids the strikeout. So he will get a chance to hit. And a 3-2 is a start line 1, and that's a ground out to third. And another 1-2-3 inning for O'Toole. So nothing doing there for the Dodgers. Bottom of the third coming up. Crosley Field in 1964 gives a +4 to Ks and a -2 for walks. So very easy to strike out there, I guess, in Crosley in 64. Bottom of the third, still 1-0 Reds. Here's third baseman Steve Boros. Koufax, 5-3. Possible wild pitch. That's fouled off. We roll again. 2-3. And that is a possible walk against the lefty. A 13 -2 is 11. And he does walk Boros with a 9. Walks the leadoff pitcher by batter. And that will bring up the pitcher, Jim O'Toole. See what the strap die roll says. And that is a 6. That is a 6. And O'Toole's bunt rating is a 3. And nothing going on. So O'Toole swing away. No bunt. 3-4. That is against the switch hitter. That would be a blank because O'Toole would be batting from the right side against the lefty. So O'Toole will get a swing. 1-6, and that's a ground ball to third base. Ground ball to third. So Jim O'Toole's double play rating is a 1. Nothing from Koufax. Infield halfway +2. Second baseman is the pivot man, which is Oliver, which is a -1. So they only turn the double play on a 1. It is a 5. Burroughs, that's higher than Burroughs' base running rating. So the throw goes to second, but they do not get O'Toole at first. And there is 1 out. And that will bring up Pete Rose. That was a fielder's choice. Rose struck out his last time up. Infield still halfway. 3-6 strikeout possibility. And against the lefty, his strikeout rating is a 5. +4 is 9. And that's a 1. And Rose goes down on strikes. And that is the second out. He has struck out twice today. And the batter now is Tommy Harper. Now the infield goes back to normal. 4-1 on Koufax's card, another strikeout possibility. And against the lefty, that's a 9 +4 is 13, and he strikes out Harper. And that will end the inning. At the end of 3, the Reds still lead it 1-0. Going to the top of the 4th. It will be Dick Tracewski leading off for the Dodgers against Jim O'Toole, who's pitching a gem so far. Let's play some ball. 2-2. Possible home run check against a righty. That's a 1-12. A 10 does pass it. And against the lefty, it needs to be a 3. So a 1-3, Tracewski hits a homer. He does. It's a 1. He's got it. Tracewski hits one high. He hits it deep, and he hits it gone. Home run for Dick Tracewski off of Jim O'Toole. He had to throw a 3 or less, and there's no home run extra from Crosley. And this game is tied by the unlikely guy, Dick Tracewski. Gets a home run off of O'Toole, as O'Toole must have thrown him a very bad pitch. And we're tied at 1. That will bring up Willie Davis. 1-3 strikeout possibility against the lefty is 6 +4 is 10. And Davis will go down. And I have a funny feeling I'm going to see a lot more strikeouts as this game moves on. Here's Tommy Davis. 4-1. That's at the ballpark. 2-4, and that's a ground ball. That's a ground out to third for the second out. And now here's Frank Howard. That's a 5-5. That's a blank. 4-1 on Howard's card. That's a ground out to short, and that will do it. One run for the Dodgers on 1 hit, a home run by Dick Tracewski. He only had 1 home run in 1964, so I guess I just gave him the home run he was needed. So we're tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. In a pretty good pitchers matchup, as you would expect you'd get from a matchup of Koufax and O'Toole. Here's Veda Pinson. Left arm of God makes his pitch. 6-1, a possible wild, but it's fouled away. 5-3, another wild pitch, but fouled away. Nobody on base. 4-1, strikeout against the lefty. A 10 +4 is a 14. 16, Pinson will not do it. 1-2, and he flies out to center. And that will bring up Frank Robinson, who only died a few years ago. One of the best ambassadors of baseball. Koufax, 4-1. Another strikeout possibility. And with a 4 on the die, that's definitely going to get him because there's a strikeout of 6, the 10. So Robinson will go down. That is another strikeout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Koufax has 6 of them. 6 strikeouts for Koufax. 2 down now, and here is Deron Johnson. 2-4. That's a strikeout plus 10, and that makes it a 20. I know I have checked the roll, and that's another strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. At the end of 4, the Dodgers and the Reds are tied at 1 in this game 5 of this one and gone tournament, which I'm having a lot of fun doing. I'll probably do a second game later today as well. That'll probably be Milwaukee and Baltimore, the Braves and the Orioles. Top of the 5th, Ron Fairley will bat first. Let me get, see here, Koufax is 31. So 8, 9, 10, 0, 1. And O'Toole is 30, so 8, there. Check, make sure I have the fatigue rating set. Jim O'Toole, 2-2. Another possible home run check against the lefty, though that is a 0. So he has no chance for a home run. So that's a blank. So Fairley will just get a chance to hit. A 4-3, and that is a star line 4. That's grounded to second base for 1 out. And batter is Roseboro. One 4 for O'Toole, wild pitch. Reroll. 2-1, that's a blank. Roseboro, 6-4, and that is a star line 4. That is another ground out to second for out number 2. And now Nate Oliver. 2-6 on O'Toole's card. Another 2-6. Yeah, 2-6. That's a blank. Oliver, 1-5, and that is a star line 2, and that is a grounder to second, a grounder to short. 3 straight ground balls and nothing doing for the Dodgers in the top of the 5th. Here comes Koufax. You could have asked certain players. What was when Sandy Koufax in 1963 when he went 25-5. They asked the players about Koufax, and they said, "I can understand how we won 25 games. What I don't understand is how we lost 5." That's how good he was. Johnny Edwards will lead off for the 64 Reds. The bottom of the 5th inning here, tied at 1. Koufax 6-4, and that is a blank against a lefty. Edwards 4-4, and that's a ground out to third. Here is Leo Cardenas. 5-5. And that is a walk possibility against the lefty. His walk is a 9. -2 is a 7. That's a 12. No walk. Cardenas will get to hit. 6-2 for Cardenas, and that is going to be a single against the lefty. That's a base hit for Cardenas. He gets a hit. Even Koufax gives up the hits once in a while. Here's Steve Boros. See if there's anything on the strat die. 17. Boros is a bunt rating of a 2. Nothing going on. Koufax will pitch. 3-2. Range play at the ballpark. 6-5. That is a ground ball hit to third base. Tracewski's range is a 3. He will not make the play. So that becomes that's the ground ball to third. It now becomes a single or double past third. And that is a single. So it gets by Tracewski. Cardenas goes to second. And on an S5, in order to get to third base, he has to have a base running rating of 6, which he doesn't. So Cardenas will definitely have to hold. 2 straight base hits. And that will bring up the pitcher, Jim O'Toole. And he'll hit. Anything going on? That is a 15. Jim O'Toole's bunt rating is a 3. Yes, he's going to go ahead and try to bunt. Jim O'Toole will do the sacrifice. 3-6. And that is a strikeout possibility. And what you do is you have the strikeout rating. Against the lefty, it's a 21. Round that down to 20. Divide that by 2 becomes a 10. Plus the 4 becomes a 14. And that is a 6. And O'Toole strikes out on the bunt. He strikes out on the bunt attempt. Because when you do a bunt, an inside pitch, strikeout ratings are halved. So now there are 2 outs. The infield goes normal, and here's Pete Rose. So pretty much what happened is Jim O'Toole tried to bunt, and he fouled off the last pitch for a strikeout. 4-2 on Koufax's card. That's at the ballpark. 1-3, and that is a ground ball to first base, and they'll get out of the jam. No runs for the Reds. There were 2 hits. At the end of 5, we are still tied at 1. Who will be the hero in this game to move on into the next round of the 1964 one and gone tournament? Sandy Koufax does come up to bat to start the top of the 6th. Toole's pitching a good game himself as well. He's only allowed 2 hits. Koufax has allowed 4. O'Toole's pitch, 5-3. That is a strikeout. 26, not a break. No doubt about that. Koufax will head back to the bench. And that is a K. Top of the batting order for the Dodgers, there's Maury Wills. Another reason why I like doing this 1964 tournament, I get to play with every team from that year. That's also good for me. I get to play every team from that year. And of course, some of them only went one and gone. So the Mets were eliminated, although they gave the Indians a heck of a game. I wonder if you watched that. That was a heck of a game, that Indians-Mets game. Mets should have probably held that out. Could have beaten Cleveland. Here's the pitch to Wills. 1-4. That's wild. It's fouled away. 6-4. Question mark against a switch hitter, which would be a righty. That is a star line, 1-18, and that is going to be in there. So it is a star line, and that is going to be a grounder in short. For the second out. And now the batter is Trasuski. You did watch the Mets-Indians game. That was a lot of fun. Could have went. That was. I thought my Mets were going to pull off the upset, but trust me, they were ranked 20th for a reason. That team really was not good. O'Toole's pitch, 1-4, another wild one. Reroll, 3-3, possible error. 2-5, and that is a fly ball to center field, and that's not going to be an error because there's automatically the first thing I checked on a fly ball out is to see if the roll is an odd or even number roll. It's an even number roll, so the only way a fly out can be an error is it at least has to be an odd number. The ball was hit to center field. Pinzone's rating was a 5 anyway, so he would have made the play either way. But that is another 1-2-3 inning for O'Toole. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. I thought the Mets had, I did too, but another wild pitch, another this, another that. You know, what are you going to do? The better team did win. I mean, Cleveland was the better team. Not by much, but they were the better team. Here is Tommy Harper to start the bottom of the 6th for the Reds. Left arm of God makes his pitch, 2-3, a possible walk. And a left against the left, that's an 18, becomes a 16, and a 17. Harper does not walk. Crosley field doesn't help Harper here. But Harper does get the swing, and a 1-2 is a start line 6. That's a fly out to center. Crosley field making a big difference so far in this game. Here's Veda Pinzone. Kansas City, Minnesota. That was fun to watch too. They all were so far. They're all good. Check that one. Kansas City, Minnesota. That was a good one. I mean, do I really do a bad game unless it's a blowout or something like that? Koufax pitches. That is a 4-3. That's a range play. Pinzone, 6-1. That's a fly ball to right. Howard's range is a 2. Does he make it? He does not. Is it a single or a double? That is a single. Single to right. Pinzon gets the first. Fifth hit given up by Koufax, but that was another range play that couldn't be made. So Pinzon on at first. That will bring up Mr. Robinson. See if there's anything on the strat. A 16. No, nothing going on. Infield halfway. Koufax. 4-3. Another range play. 4-1. That's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Wills. Wills' rating is a 3. Infield half, though, makes it a 2. So he needs a 2 to make the play. And he does. Now does he turn the double play? 2. But 0 is there, plus the infield rating is a 3. He's the shortstop, so the second baseman's pivot rating, Oliver, is a -1. So he needs a 1 to 2 to make the double play. He does not. That is under Pinzon's rating of 4. So Pinzon does make it to second. So the only play is to first. So Robinson is out for 2 outs. Fielder's choice, but the runner moves advance. And now the batter is Deron Johnson. A great play by Maury Wills at short, even with the infield halfway. Because remember, when the infield's halfway, ranges are lowered by 1. Keith White welcomes you here at Crosley Field. Those ticket prizes going to have a beer. That's right, Keith. If you don't have no beer, you're not getting in nowhere. But I'm sure a Steeler fan here will allow you in there, Keith. We are at 2 outs. You don't usually watch single-minute tournaments because you feel like the guys who's afraid of big projects. In your case, I know you aren't. No, this is only a 19-game tournament. It's only 19 games in 1964. You're just doing more baseball. Exactly. Trust me, I want to get this done. I want to do a 77. I want to do a 2015 for Inside Pitch. And yes, I can't wait for November 2nd to start the Payoff Pitch 85 season. Infield back to normal. Koufax, 6-4. And that is a star line against a righty. That's an automatic out. And that is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. And that will end the inning. Nothing for the Reds. There was a hit. At the end of 6, we're still tied at 1. And man, don't worry about burning us out. Just make sure you burn yourself out. Oh, no, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. See, the thing is, I could just go ahead and do these offline and post them, but it just takes so long to upload. I said, you know what? I'll stream. If anybody watches, that's great. If nobody watches, that's fine too. They can all catch it later. Top of the 7th, Jim O'Toole will be pitching to Willie Davis for the Dodgers. We are tied at 1 in this game, in this battle of aces of Sandy Koufax and Jim O'Toole. Who's gonna make the big hit? O'Toole, 6-5. That is a possible walk. That is a 5 minus 2 is the 3. And Willie Davis draws the walk. Wow, even with Crosley Field, he gets the walk. That's a big walk. Puts a runner on first base now for Tommy Davis. Willie Davis has an attempt rating of 7. So does he try to steal? Strat Roll says 15. No, he does not. Does not give me the option and nothing going on there. So it'll be a normal hit. Infield half. O'Toole. 3-5. Possible error on a grounder. 2-6. And that is a ground ball. That is a ground ball to third. And that ball is hit to Burrows. His error rating is an 8. The 13 is too high, so there's no error. Now do they turn 2? 2 plus 1 is 3. Minus 1 from O'Toole is a 2. The pivot man is the second baseman, which is Rose, and he has no extra arm. So a 1 to 2, they turn the double play. It is a 1, they do. Third base to second base to first base, 2 outs. They do turn it. Big defense by the Reds. And now the batter is Frank Howard. I see added the records and description for someone's request. Yeah, I know, so people know how good these teams were. I mean, the Dodgers were about a 500 team. Cincinnati was better, yes. But, the 64 Dodgers, they were only remember, they came off a World Series Okay, in 60, and of course, in the next year in 65, the Dodgers would beat the Twins in their World Series. 2-6 on O'Toole's card. That is a rare blank. Frank Howard, 5-2 on his card. That's a ground ball to first, and that'll do it. He faces the minimum. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still tied at 1. Kind of like the game I would expect between these two kind of pitchers. Johnny Edwards leads off for the Reds. (2-2) on Koufax's card. That is a strikeout plus 10. 19 plus 4 is a 23. That's automatic. Don't have to roll the die there, so that's 1 out. Here we go, Steelers. There you go. Yeah, 15 minutes to kickoff. No problem there, Steeler fan. Good luck. We'll see you later. Catch the end when you get a chance. Is base running rather straightforward for this game? Not in your life. Base running is a lot different in inside pitch compared to payoff pitch. Payoff pitch, I can just draw a card and will tell me how the base running works. Okay. Inside pitch, it's a lot deeper. You've got base running ratings come in on pretty much any time you got to check for a run. Base running is maybe one of the more complicated versions of this game. But once you get it, it does flow well. Koufax with the pitch. 3-1, another strikeout plus 10. Against the lefty, 11-21. That's a strikeout. Don't have to roll the die there. That's automatic. Anything 20 and higher, is an automatic strikeout or walk. Here's Burrows with 2 outs. Koufax, 1-2. That's another strikeout possibility. Against the lefty is an 8 plus 4 is a 12. 20, though, Burrows does not strike out. He will take a swing. 3-4, and that is a single into right field. Burrows fights it off for a base hit. And that's his second hit of the game. And that is supposed to bring up the pitcher, Jim O'Toole. Oh, what do you do here for the Reds? 2 outs. O'Toole is not... He could be, do you take Toole out and try to put a pinch hitter up there against Koufax? Ugh, tough matchup. What do we do? Do I bring out Jim O'Toole and try to bring in a pinch hitter? O'Toole's pitching a gem. The Red bullpen was, let me see. Red bullpen wasn't too bad. Runner on first base, tied at 1, bottom of the 7th. Toole still has a few batters to go. Now I'll pinch hit. I'll take the chance and I'll pinch hit for O'Toole. So he will come out, which means the Reds will bring in a pinch hitter. So I want to bring in a righty. So let's see who's available. And it's going to be Chico Ruiz will come into pinch hit. Chico Ruiz will bat from the right side against Koufax with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. But you do some math, make a decision, then roll for base advancement and steals. There really is no decision. That's the thing. There's no decision. I mean, really, you don't make a decision. It's whatever the dice roll. It really depends. There really is no decision on the roll. You can't send a runner. It's usually already decided for you. That's the one thing about base running. It's not like, I could choose to send them if not. Payoff pitch, there are some things that do allow you to make a choice, but, Koufax will pitch. Infield is back normal. 2-2. That is a blank against a righty. And a 2-1 for Ruiz. That's a ground ball to second base, and that'll end it. No runs and a hit for the Reds. Still tied at 1. Like replay baseball. Something like that. Maybe. If you want to say it's more like replay, you could. But I wouldn't exactly say it. Replay baseball has charts. This doesn't. The charts that are used are not charts that decide a play. They are charts that help you resolve the play, not decide it. I'll give you an example when we get a base hit. When I get another hit, watch closely. I'll show you how it's decided if there's runner on base. Well, you have a decider die. The decider die tells you if you can steal or if you want to. You'll see that too. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Let's see what happens. Leading off for the Dodgers will be Ron Fairley. Reds need a pitcher. And there's a lefty at the plate. So I think they're going to bring in the Reds are going to bring in Billy McCool. How can you not love a guy with the name of Billy McCool? Billy McCool will come in and pitch. Billy McCool, one of the best baseball names, one of the greatest baseball names ever. Billy McCool. Billy McCool will pitch to Ron Fairley, leading off the top of the 8th. McCool 1-5, range play. And that is a 6-5. And that is a single to first base. The first baseman is Johnson. His range is a 3. Now it's listed as a single, a 1-3. He turns that into a ground out. It's not. So it's a base hit. It's an automatic base hit, and Fairley will make it to first, as he couldn't make the play. So now you'll see the weather matchup. It is McCool on a Fairley day. Yep. So now we have a runner on base. The next batter for the Dodgers is John Roseborough. Now here's what you do. You roll a strat when there's a runner on first. If there's base runners on, you usually roll a D20. The D20, you can use it as a hard and fast. So in other words, if it comes up, you do it, or a suggestion, which I like to do. I treat the strat roll as a bench coach. The bench coach tells me what I can do, and it's up to me to decide. So now what you do, Ron Fairley has an attempt rating of 1. Billy McCool has a -1 hold rating, so his chances of getting a steal will be pretty much impossible. So there's no chance for him to get a steal. A hit and run can be called if a 1 or 2 comes up. Since Billy McCool does have a 1-3 pickoff rating, you have to roll to see if he picks him off. Let's see what the roll is. It's a 9, so nothing going on, so it's a normal play. It's a normal hit. I take the infield halfway to try to get the double play. McCool's roll, that is a 2-1. That is a strikeout possibility. Against the lefty, Roseborough is an 8 plus 4 from the ballpark is a 12, and that's a 1. Roseborough goes down on strikes, and that's 1 out. Next batter is Nate Oliver. I again roll the strat die to see if anything happens. A 19 this time. Okay, a 19. No steal or hit and run. I check Oliver's bunt rating. It's a 1. On a 19, there is nothing going on there either. So nothing happening with the strat roll. So it's another play. It's another normal play. 2-6 on McCool's card. That's at the ballpark. So we go to Crosley Field. 3-2, and that is a fly ball to center field. Fly out to center, and that's 2 outs. Now the batter is Sandy Koufax. With a runner on first, I'm going to do the same thing I did. I'm going to take Koufax out, although I really don't want to, but I'm going to. And try to bring in a pinch hitter. And that's going to be pinch hitting will be Jim Gilliam. He'll pinch hit for the Dodgers with the runner on first. Now, with 2 outs, I don't do a strat roll. Oh, you roll for every at-bat. That is neat. We're supposed to. But with 2 outs, I don't roll a strat roll because you're not going to do a hit and run with 2 outs. You're not going to bunt with 2 outs. All right. And really, you really don't do with a there. As Cards and Dice TV says, Koufax. Yeah, you just missed him. I just took him out for Gilliam. 6-5 on McCool's card. That is a blank. He's not tired. Gilliam 5-2. Starline 5. Fly out the left. And nothing doing for the Dodgers. No runs, but they do get a hit. But we are still tied at 1 at the end of 8 of 7.5. Let's see. Pete Rose leading off for Cincinnati in the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's see who the Dodgers want to bring in to pitch. He's a switch hitter, so in this case, it really doesn't matter for the arm. So let's bring in the non-closer. He's got 29. And they're going to bring in Bob Miller. He's got 9 saves, but doesn't have the most saves. Bob Miller will take over for the 1964 Dodgers. He'll pitch against Pete Rose, starting the bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 1, in a good pitcher's duel as I expected between Koufax and O'Toole. Miller, 6'2", walk plus 10, and against a righty, that's a 10 plus is a 20, -2, 18, 17. Pete Rose barely gets the base on balls. Next batter is Tommy Harper. See if the strat die says anything. That is an 18. Harper's bunt rating is a 5, so they would attempt a bunt here if I want to. His bunt rating is a 5. He's got a good bunt rating. Pete Rose. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll bunt with Harper. 243 average. I'll try to sacrifice. We'll do it. So I'm going to bring the corners in automatically, and because they'll call for the bunt. And let's see what we get for a bunt. Tempting to bunt. Let's see. 5-5 for Bob Miller. That is a blank, so it goes right to Harper. So we just roll the bunt. And it is a 3, and it's hit right to, it's bunted to first base. That is a 1, and that is going to be a good bunt. Pete Rose will advance to second, and Harper is out. 1 down. How to like inside pitch? Loving it. Just as much as I love payoff. I love them both equally. Go ahead run is now at second base. And now Bob Miller have to do with Veda Pinzone with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Miller tied at 1. Winner go home. 3-6 on Bob Miller's card. Strikeout possibility. 8 plus 4 is 12. That is a 14. There is no strikeout. Pinzone avoids it. He will take a swing. 5-3, and that is a ground ball to first base. Pinzone is out, and Rose advances to third. 2 outs. And now it'll be up to this Hall of Famer, Frank Robinson. How are they different? One thing I like about payoff pitch is I can broadcast payoff pitch like a full broadcast, because all I need really is I can broadcast it like, a broadcaster, because it's really just one roll and a flick of the cards, and that's it. Inside pitch, I really can't do it because there's 2 or 3 rolls that might have to be done. So I just do a roll and play with that. But I love payoff pitches easiness, and I love inside pitches depth. 2 outs. Infield is normal. Rose on at third. Bob Miller trying to keep that score tied. It is a 1-6, and it's a strikeout plus 10 against the righty. That turns that into a 16, plus 4 is a 20. I don't have to roll the die. He struck out Robinson. No die roll needed, and no runs, no hits. There was a walk, and at the end of 8, we are still tied at 1. As I kind of got the matchup I was hoping for between Koufax and O'Toole. We go to the top of the 9th. This is a one-and-gone tournament. This is Game 5. See him, Tony at Cards and Dice. If you haven't checked out my other games for inside pitch for this tournament, I had the Mets play the Indians. Was not a good result, but the 1964 Mets gave the 64 Indians a battle. So you might want to check that out. But I'll tell you, that 64 Mets team was not good. They were bad. Top of the 9th. John Roseborough comes up for the Dodgers. Billy McCool will still stay out there. He is not fatigued yet. Or tired. Lefty on lefty. McCool will pitch. 1-4, strikeout. Against the lefty, an 8 plus 4 is 12. And Roseborough goes down on a 4. Another strikeout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 strikeouts in this game combined. With Crosley Field giving a +4 to strikeouts in 1964, that was something. Here's Nate Oliver. K. White, yep. What do you think of this here, Tony? Billy McCool. Isn't that one of the best baseball names ever? Billy McCool. Come on. How can you not love a guy by the name of Billy McCool? What a great baseball name. McCool will pitch. 6-6. That's a blank against the right. Oliver, 1-6. Ground out to third. I screwed up. Johnny Roseboro was not supposed to be the leadoff batter. Wills was supposed to be the leadoff batter. So I got to make a change. Dick Tracewski is going to bat. Got to make a change here, as I didn't see my lineup card correctly. And that is for my mom. She'll get that. So I got to make a change. Timeout. Replay. Lineup card was messed up. Got to redo it. Maury Wills is supposed to bat first. He will bat first, not Roseboro. He already batted. So it's the top of the lineup. So Maury Wills will bat. We'll do it again. We'll redo it. We'll restart the inning. Maury Wills against Billy McCool. Restart the inning. Had my cards messed up. Hate it when it does that, but I caught it. 2-2. Possible error. Maury Wills. 2-5, and that is a ball hit into center field. Against the lefty, it's a 19, and it's way too high. But the ball is hit into center, and that is Pinzone. His error rating is a 5. His error rating is a 5, and that's going to be well, here's the thing here. First off, you check here on a hit to left. That's a hit to left. It's a 19, so we already know it's a fly out. So I got to re-roll it. It's an 8. He doesn't make the error, so there's one out. Pinzone's error rating is a 5. Plus, it was an even number anyway, so it wouldn't have been an error. So that's just a fly out to center. Now we're caught up. Now Dick Tracewski will play. Don't worry about it. I just changed names. Dick Tracewski, he got a home run for the Dodgers in this game. He's the reason why they got the one. Dick Tracewski only had one home run in 64. And he got the home run off of O'Toole. McCool with the pitch. 2-1. Strikeout. Lefty is an 8. +4 is a 12. 6. Tracewski goes down on strikes. And now the batter is Willie Davis. We could be heading for some free baseball. 2 outs. McCool. 2-2. Another possible error. 2-6. A single pass third. That's going to be a base hit. The error rating, the third baseman for Boros is an 8. That's a 10 on the die. There is no error, so Davis is safe on a base hit. And now the batter is Tommy Davis. What does the strat die roll say? 18. But nothing going on. I use the strat die roll, not hard and fast. I use it as a suggestion, like the bench coach telling me you can do this if you want to. I use it as a suggestion. I don't play it hard and fast, but I do roll it every time. 4-1, strikeout from Miller McCool possible, and against the lefty that is a 7 +4 is 11. That's a 7. Strikeout, and you're out of there. And that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 1. Bob Miller can pitch to 3 batters before he's tired. Here is Deron Johnson leading off for Cincinnati in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1-6. That's a strikeout plus 10. Well, it's an 11, becomes a 21 plus 4. I don't have to roll the strikeout die. That's automatic. Another strikeout. Man, lots of strikeouts in this game. One down. Struck him out. Salvador, America. Good day with a good couple of playoff games last night. Yes, they were. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning, tied at 1. Steeler fan is not happy today. Well, he wasn't, but he's going to watch his Steelers play in a little bit. Miller with the pitch. 1-2, wild away. Roll again. 3-4, strikeout again against the righty. An 8 plus 4 is 12. 9, Edwards goes down. Strikeout. Man, we got strikeouts today. Here is Leo Cardenas. Miller with the pitch. 4-1, possible error. Cardenas, 5-2, Starline 6. It's hit the third base. Trasuski's error rating is a 12, and he's going to boot it. And he boots that one. That is an error. He boots that ball, and he's going to be safe. That is an error. That is an E5. Puts a runner on. That's the first error on the Dodgers in this game. Puts a man on first, and the batter will be Steve Burrows. Infield staying normal. With 2 outs, I do not roll strat. $1-6 on Miller's card. That is a strikeout plus 10. 15 plus 4 is 19. And a 20 is rolled. It does. Wow. Talk about missing a strikeout. Burrows gets a chance to hit. Burrows 3-1, and he grounds out to third. Barely misses a strikeout, but doesn't do anything with it. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error, and we got free baseball. Free baseball here. Get your free baseball. And at the end of 9, we are tied at 1. And I am not surprised that this game was going into extras. Top of the 10th inning. Pitching has risen to the occasion. Yeah, it certainly has there, Salvador. It certainly has. Top of the 10th, tied at 1. Billy McCool, he is tired. He's going to come out, even though he's due to bat first. Let's see who the Reds want to bring out to pitch. Leading off for the Dodgers is going to be Frank Howard. They'll bring in a righty probably to deal with him. And they're going to bring in Sammy Ellis. He will come on and pitch for the Reds. There's no fatigue in this tournament, so everybody, the only changes is starters. So the only pitchers that say will be starters. Only starters will go ahead and get chosen. There is no fatigue. I'm not fatiguing relief pitchers or anything like that. No fatigue in this tournament, except for the starters. Only the starting pitchers will change for the next game. So Koufax is pitching this game. If the Dodgers win, I think Don Drysdale's the next guy. Sammy Ellis will pitch to Frank Howard, top of the 10th inning. 4-6 on Ellis's card. And that is a strikeout. And against an 18, that's automatic. Because the +4 makes it a 22. And Howard goes down. 1 out. Boy, there are strikeouts galore today. Here is Ron Fairley. $2-2 on Ellis's card. That's a walk possibility. 17 minus 2 is 15. He does walk Fairley. Rare base runner. So Fairley on it first. And the batter is John Roseboro. See what the strat roll says. That is a 19. Roseboro's bunt rating is a 5. And he can bunt if he wants. With a batting average of 287, I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and have him hit away. Infield half. Batting average of 287, you let Roseboro hit. Ellis. 3-3. Strikeout possibility. 9 plus 4, 13, 18. Roseboro avoids it. He will swing 2-2. And against the righty, that is a fly ball to right field. 2 outs. And now the batter is Nate Oliver. 2 outs, no strike. 1-3, possible walk. 11 minus 2 is a 9. 15, no walk. Oliver, 4-5, single past the pitcher. That is a base hit. That is a base hit. Ron Fairley's base running rating is a 3. Becomes a 4 with 2 outs. He will make it to third on that play. And the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. That is a base hit. Now we'll see. Now the batter was supposed to be Bob Miller, and he will come out as the Dodgers will bring a pinch hitter against Ellis. Let's see who they want to bring in. And it's going to be Darrell Griffith. Coming on to pitch, coming on to bat for the 64 Dodgers, Darrell Griffith will go up against Sammy Ellis with 2 outs, and the game tied at 1. The go-ahead run at third base. Infield is normal with 2 outs. Sammy Ellis. Here is the pitch. And that is a 5-1. And that's a blank against the lefty. Griffith gets a chance. 5-1. Single base hit for Darrell Griffith. That's a single past second base. Fairley automatically will score. Oliver's base running rating is a 4. To get to third base, it needs to be a 3. Becomes a 5. He will make it because of the 2 outs. Darrell Griffith has a base hit, and the Dodgers take a 2-1 lead. Pinch hit, base hit by Darrell Griffith. And that scores the run. And the batter will be Maury Wills. Oliver now on at third. 2 out still. Top of the 10th. Now 2-1 Dodgers. Pitch from Ellis. 2-5. Strikeout possibility. Righty. A 6 plus 4 is 10. A 9. And Wills will go down on strikes. But the damage is done. Here in the 10th. 1 run on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Dodgers leading the Reds 2-1. Can the Dodgers be the next team to upset the higher seed? The Reds are the 5. The Dodgers are the 12. Coming on to pitch for the Dodgers to try to close this game out and get the save. And, of course, it can only be one man to do it, and that would be Ron Perinoski. He will come out to pitch. Ron Perinoski, may he rest in peace. A bit of a tribute to him since we lost him, and nobody did a tribute game for him. Well, you know what? Ron Perinoski, this is a tribute to you. A moment of silence for your passing, sir. Thank you very much. Sammy Ellis will leave. The Reds have the pitcher batting first. They will bring in a pinch hitter. They'll bring in probably a right-hander. So let's see who they want to bring in. And it will be Don Pavlich. Actually, no, not Don Pavlich. They will bring in Jimmy Coker. Even though Pavlich has 91 at bats, Coker only has 32 at bats, and Coker batted .313. But this is in the 10th inning. I'll go with the better stat than the better at bats. If this was in the middle of the game, the at bats automatically calls it. Ron Perinoski against Jimmy Coker. Bottom of the 10th inning, tied. Dodgers leading 2-1. It's up to Perinoski to see if he can close it. 6-1. That's a blank. Coker, 6-2. Fly out center field, 1 down. And now the batter is Pete Rose. Rose is 0 for 3 tonight. 3-2 for Perinoski. That's a blank. Pete Rose, 1-1. Ground ball hit the third. Picked up by Trzuski. Throws to first. Out number 2. And the last chance for the Cincinnati Reds will be Tommy Harper. Ron Perinoski trying to close it. Tommy Harper trying to extend it. Pitch. 1-6, strikeout, possibility right-hander, 10 plus 4 is a 14, that's a 5, swing and a miss, struck him out, and the Los Angeles Dodgers knock off the Cincinnati Reds in the one-and-gone tournament. How about that? And they beat the Reds 2-1 in a heck of a pitcher's duel between Koufax and O'Toole. Give you a final line score here. Let's see. 2. For the Dodgers, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. For the Reds, 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher is going to be Bob Miller. He was the pitcher. He gets the win in this game. He gets the win. The losing pitcher was Sammy Ellis. So Ellis takes the loss. And Perinoski does get the save. Thank you very much there, everybody, you two. Forever Keith White and forever Maine. So the Los Angeles Dodgers knock off the Reds 2-1. The Dodgers will advance. The Dodgers will advance as they move on. And that'll do it for me. My next game will be a little later tonight, probably maybe around, maybe around 7 or 8, something like that. It'll be game number 6. It will be the Milwaukee Braves versus the Baltimore Orioles, and that's going to be a good matchup. Both teams were good. Milwaukee was 88-74. Baltimore was 97-65. That's going to be a good matchup with Hank Aaron and the Milwaukee Braves. So join me for that one. That'll be the next one. Thank you all for joining me here. Cards Tony at CP Cards and Dice TV. Don't forget to check out that channel. His channel is one of the tops on the net. Forever Maine, thank you. Keith White, thank you. Salvador America. Steeler Fan 1933, thank you all for joining me. And we'll see you guys a little later. Let's enjoy some football now, right? Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. See you guys later. Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Reds 2-1 in 10 innings and move on to the next round. See you guys later. Bye-bye.